Although for the first few days, weeks, I had to book like an Airbnb, and then when I got into my own apartment, I had to sleep on the floor. I literally emptied my wardrobe to sleep on the floor. And the whole process of settling in, it wasn't as difficult. I mean, we came during winter. It wasn't as difficult as I had expected. Not like I was expecting hardship, but Stacy Omar here again. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm here to talk about my relocation. I'm here to share my real, raw, unfiltered story. So I'm going to cover why I relocated, how I relocated, the process, the ups and downs, and in betweens. News flash: I moved to Canada, and there are a number of reasons I moved, but the one that stands out is employment. I was job hunting for about a year, or not more, like for a really long time, and I was gunning for a full-time remote international job, even though I was getting freelance gigs. Like, I've done freelance for the most part of my career, like have a lot of projects I've contributed to. I wanted something more stable, and I wasn't aiming solely for Nigerian companies. I wanted to take my shot at global companies, and the most common factor around my rejection is the location. I did a little test, changed my location on LinkedIn, changed my location with applications, and I noticed the difference. Like, if I'm not getting opportunities, it shouldn't be because of my location, right? So I just wanted to take a bold step around competing at a global level. So I was job hunting for a while, and even though I eventually got the kind of job that I wanted, glory to God, I got a full-time remote role with a company in Paris. It was interesting, but a thought hit me. If you lost this job right now, what's your plan B? What are you going to go back to the job market, start getting the rejections? To be honest, I always told my sister, I don't want to relocate. I just want to be in my country, working with global firms, making impact globally. But with time, it started to prove very difficult. And I had to think long and hard. That's the first reason. Better opportunities. And then I always wanted a chance at international education. I wanted to see what it was like studying with foreign international colleges, universities and stuff. And I always wanted to do my master's as well. So I got to this age in my life, I just thought, it's been 4 years since you finished your BSc in computer science. What's the next step, girl? You have to be moving, you have to be taking steps, you cannot be stagnant. And that's the second reason. Another thing is that I want to give my kids an opportunity at dual citizenship. So I've always known I would leave the country. I just didn't know when, I just didn't know how, but I've always known. So this has been a dream. Right, so when I come to this country, settle in, if I need to have a baby or anything, I know I'm making them a citizen. I had to now decide the country I wanted to move to. I had the option of UK global talent visa. I did a bit of research into the requirements and stuff, and then I had the option of Canada. Those are like the two places I've always had in mind. Because of the welcoming nature, right? Canada is multicultural. Like, people across different cultures, different regions of the world can come to Canada, thrive. It's welcoming. It's really receptive to immigrants, and that made it top of my list. And also the fact that the pathway to getting your papers is clear is another factor, because I just thought, okay, if I finish my master's, I could move back to Nigeria. But if I decided not to move back, what would the future be like for me? So I thought, okay, Canada it is. So let's get to the process now. Getting a visa is not a joke. The paperwork is insane. Like, nobody prepared me for this for this amount of work. Like, it's like work but not work. Okay, I'm just going to talk about it briefly now. I started planning the process around 2023, early 2023, because that's when I started job hunting, and I mean, eventually got the job I wanted and all. But it was to a college, Conestoga College, and the college, while it's cool and okay, Canada made a new policy that you cannot come with your partner, and I didn't want to come alone. I mean, going to a new country, going to start a new life, start over, I had to come with my partner. So I had to forfeit the admission. I had gotten admission and everything with Conestoga College. I paid my first year tuition even. I mean, I had to like retract it and everything. And yeah, the policy was that with colleges, you cannot come with a partner. And it was like a 1 year program. It wasn't even a master's, it was like postgraduate studies, not exactly a master's. I wanted a master's. So there were so many reasons why I had to forfeit. I even picked it because I was just in a rush. I wanted to leave the country, but sometimes you have to calm down and think. And that was what I did. And I forfeited the college. I lost money and forfeited this. And the first time I tried it through an agent, and I was scammed. I won't talk about this scam here, but I lost around $1,500,000 naira. And that was when I decided, okay girl, no more agents, you're doing this yourself. And I went into a lot of research. I did a lot of research. When I mean research, the difference between you and these agents is that they have time for this research and you don't. So I had to make it a point of duty to start the research process, and I had all the information I needed to conquer the world. Okay, so yeah, after dropping the Conestoga College, started applying to more schools. Some of them, I had to even pay application fees. I applied to around 5 schools. I got rejected by some, accepted by the ones I wasn't so sure of. I applied again. So you can see how we started going down to 2024, even late 2024. I didn't want something I would just go and have to manage and get stranded and stuff, right? So I applied. I was accepted by a number of schools, but then University of Niagara Falls became my top choice. A lot of reasons, and I met this. I explained the university and my reasons in another video. You can go to it. But University of Niagara Falls became the top. They gave my admission, or they approved my application in like a week or two. Like the first impression I had about the school, okay, they are really proactive, right? And I read a lot of reviews actually, though not a lot on the internet since the university is new. I didn't see anything negative that would deter me from the school. So I paid $5,000 acceptance fee, and then I went ahead to pay a full year tuition. It was around 23,000 something Canadian dollar. And the next step was the visa. Moving as a student, I needed a student visa, and because I was going with my partner, I needed to do everything double. And how am I so excited making this video? Okay, so I started the visa process with gathering documents. After all my research, I had a list of all the things that I had to make available. I don't think I'm going to talk about all the documents in this video, because this video is around my relocation, why I relocated, how, and in betweens. But I might have to make another video to talk more deeply about the documents I submitted, how I arranged them and everything, right? Because it's really long. And in case I haven't mentioned it, my visa was approved in 5 working days. It's like you apply on Monday and you get approved on Friday. I put together the documents for myself, documents for my partner. After putting together my documents, I kind of compressed it based on IRCC standards, and I applied on the portal, right? And when I applied, I had to go for the biometrics, which I did like literally the next day. And something interesting happened. I made a mistake when I was applying. So where I had to pick the gender of my partner, myself, I was supposed to pick male and female, but then I picked female. I'm not sure how I made that mistake, but that's one challenge that erupted, and I had to write to IRCC just so they are, aware of it. The hardest part was really the document gathering, because I had to like show proof that I had around $50,000, $20,000 living expenses, $10,000 extra, and all those things. I told myself I wasn't going to do proof of fund, like go through the backyard, look for someone to process my accounts and everything. I had to make sure I had the money, right? So the only thing I could cover myself was the tuition of around 40,000 Canadian dollars. After submitting all the documents and everything, I told God, the same way I did with my interview, I said, I want this job, the job I'm going to get now. I'm done waiting. I'm tired of these interviews. I'm going to get it without the interview hassle. And it happened. I told God the same thing for my visa. I said I wanted it approved in 1 week, like less than 1 week actually. Guys, it happened just the way I prayed. When I tell people God answers prayers, I'm not just saying because other people say. I'm saying because I am a testimony. Like, there's so many things I can't even share, but it has been back-to-back answers, just the way I pray. That's by the way. The visas are for my partner and I. We approved in 5 working days, and we had to like go submit our passport. Submitted the passport, got it back within a week with our stamp, approved visas, and the next step was preparing for the flight. So in preparing for the flight, I was a bit emotional because my mom came around. My mom came to Lagos, spent a lot of time with her, went out, did different things, and I started spending time with friends, family. I was a bit emotional, even though I was prepared mentally. Just leaving, packing up from the life you've lived for 20 something years and starting over in another man's land. It's not the easiest decision, if you can agree with me. So started the whole goodbyes and spending time and everything. I went to my hometown, stayed with my dad, spent time with my dad, spent time with my family, more friends and everything, and used the opportunity to like prepare some of my travel items, which most importantly was food. Ooh, the food was a lot, because I might look skinny. I don't know how skinny you think I look, but I love food and I love cooking, mostly homemade meals. Came back to Lagos, booked the tickets. I think the tickets cost around, for 2 persons, it cost around $3,000 for 2. One-way trip. It was a one-way trip, it cost around $3,000. Used Air France, and we had like a 12 hours layover. I had a 12 hours layover in France. I used that to sleep a lot, just explored the airport, walked around, I had only been to Paris once, and my visa had already expired. I would have probably made my way to the city. But yeah, had a 12 hours layover. And then from Paris to Toronto Pearson Airport was around 8 hours ish. And on arriving Toronto Pearson Airport, there was like an extra 2 hours sorting the paperwork, because my student permit and the work permit for my partner was issued at the port of entry. So we had to like wait for an hour or two to get those sorted. They asked for details like school fees receipts, admission letter. This is off the top of my head. What else? A number of things. So it depends on the officer, the officer assigned to you. They might request one or more things, right? But you just want to be as prepared as possible with all your documents. Since arriving in Canada, I mean, to be honest, I don't have any regrets. I mean, I think it could be all to the fact that, I mean, it was God that gave the go ahead. When I make decisions with God, it's always a hit. I mean, never a miss, right? And I've had no regrets. God has been really merciful back to back. Job hunting, finding projects, settling down. Although for the first few days, weeks, I had to book like an Airbnb, and then when I got into my own apartment, I had to sleep on the floor. I literally emptied my wardrobe to sleep on the floor. And the whole process of settling in, it wasn't as difficult. I mean, we came during winter. It wasn't as difficult as I had expected. Not like I was expecting hardship, but you know the way people make it sound, it wasn't as difficult because we kind of came prepared. We had a lot of things planned out, finance and everything. When all funds were exhausted and we were just burning in an empty pocket, God came through with a job, and the journey has been really interesting. I'm probably going to have to talk more about my Canadian experiences, but this is the entire journey around how. Let me see if I missed something. Give me a sec. Oh, so I wanted to actually advise anyone who plans to relocate. I almost missed that. So first things first, start early, right? Don't say you have 6 months, don't say you have 1 year. For me, I had to make a lot of decisions. It was from 2023. I had to drop an admission, apply again, got rejected, apply again, you get that kind of thing. So you want to start early so you don't waste a lot of time, and if you start early, then you have like more room to explore, right? To reject admissions and not just go with what's presented to you. And so another thing is prepare your funds the right way. Don't do the whole backyard bank thing that people do, agents offer. Because the first agent I went with, the reason I dropped her, because she was offering me all these backyard fake bank statements that I should apply for a visa with a fake bank statement. So you want to do it the right way, no fake funds, no, because these guys now do their background checks, all right? You want to be on the safer side. Even though you might have an agent helping you do this or that, you want to be as informed as possible, because there's so many things you never know. Your agents don't care about you like that. I mean, they want to get you the visa, settling down in Canada, getting a job, the flight process, so many things to expect, even the whole application process and all. It's important that you are informed, right? That way you can know when there's a mistake, you can know when that something is missing, and you can be as up to date as possible. I made some videos where during the process, you know, preparing, going to the airport, arriving in Canada, my first Airbnb apartment. When I got into my own apartment, I got this apartment from Nigeria actually. Like, it's a 2-bed, really cool place from Nigeria, and it was like on Facebook Marketplace. And I'm going to just show a quick vlog and all those. I mean, I didn't capture everything, but yeah. So watch out for the next video, and thank you guys for watching this one, for being here up until this moment. I really appreciate. And if you found this insightful, like, subscribe and share. It's gonna help me a lot, and it's gonna make YouTube recommend the videos to all the persons who might need it. And that's all for today, guys. Bye.